What is the difference between verbally identifying yourself and showing some kind of an ID? Well, historically, people have relied more on verbal identification, just stating maybe your name and the family you came from, or the city and town, the town and state that you came from. Those were things that people could relate to, but as more documentation became more popular, we started relying on the written words. Okay, I mean, before, people weren't even able to read, all right, let alone get their pictures taken. Alright, it was pretty rare for somebody to have a painting of themselves made by, you know, maybe a professional, or a possible, if it's a semi-professional, then you're looking at, you know, a picture that's not exactly of your likeness, that looks like you, you know, and it was considered blasphemy to teach the masses how to read. But then all of a sudden it became, over time it became more acceptable to read, and then picture taking became more popular. So we started applying this ability to read and picture taking into other applications, such as with identifying yourself. And it's just, it seems to have been rolling down a hill ever since in people identifying each other. Because of the advances in technology, the lawmakers always seem to play catch up with the advances in technology, and one of them is with identification. People may be looking at carrying ID to be just as important as like carrying an iPhone. People didn't always carry their phones around with them, at least, you know, up until what, the 80s or so, when people started carrying pagers. But I mean, that could be a rationale as to why the law is starting to accept that we should be carrying our IDs with us at all times, because, I mean, we're always compelled to carry our iPhones with us, our cellular phones. The law is catching up with technology and interpreting it in its own way. Well, where's technology headed to? They keep talking about, well, the in-home technology, and then also wearable technology. So what does that bring identification demands? What level will that bring identification demands in the next few generations? It seems to me like they might encourage chipping, with all the paranoia over the documentation of illegal aliens too. They push for these requirements to carry ID, and it's really silly. That just, they want to punish people for such an extreme look at documenting checks, documentation checks. They want to punish you for it's almost like it's failing a documentation check to see if you're a legal citizen or not by not having the proper documentation, which, you know, for some people it can lead to deportation. For people like me, it leads to jail. Well, it leads to jail for everybody first, and then that's where they decide if I need to be deported, or if it was just a case of not presenting the proper documents in a timely manner for based upon demand. It's not even the cop asking. You know, it's not either or. Even though I've read that, now I made that argument, it's either or, but it's not either or in Idaho. It's picture ID or jail, not picture ID or verbally telling them your name. They're supposed to have a right to be secure with their documents, but that keeps getting hacked away at. The argument for driver's license is it doesn't offend the Fourth Amendment to demand ID. It doesn't offend the Fourth Amendment. A judge said that it does not offend the Fourth Amendment. Like, he knows what offends a Fourth Amendment. A judge is put in that decision. In Idaho, the judge is put that in that decision, that making position. So it started out where asking for insurance doesn't offend the Fourth Amendment, and it goes to driver's license doesn't offend the Fourth Amendment. What's next? Requesting your phone information, your iPhone, demanding the cops demanding that you open up your iPhone or electronics for them to inspect. That doesn't offend the Fourth Amendment. Why do we even have this Fourth Amendment anymore? What exactly does that protect anymore for the common people? I'm all for the transparency. I don't mind disclosing. I don't mind showing my picture ID, whatever. It's just it's a piece of plastic or whatever. But I ask for the person who requests my driver's license to present theirs as well. Okay? How can it be so one-sided? That's a militant society that we're living in when one side can make all those demands, okay, lawfully, and be able to arrest you and not be held accountable themselves. I've had plenty of cops identify me without my identification, okay? They run my name, they go to their central computers, they're able to find pictures and my whole social security number, my whole history. I mean, this picture ID business, it seems a little extreme. It's just another reason for them to arrest you in Idaho. They want to have the smallest reasons